welcome. I'm so excited to be here with you today for the protein-packed breakfast bowl. This is really exciting because oftentimes breakfast is overlooked when you're on a weight loss journey. And if you are on a GLP-1 medication, you're on a weight loss journey, and maybe you're trying to balance your blood sugars, breakfast can actually be a great tool for you to lose weight and manage your weight overall. So today we are going to be making a protein-packed oatmeal yogurt bowl. Now, we are combining these two things, oatmeal and yogurt, to really pack in that protein there so that you stay full and satiated for a little bit longer, and you get all the nutrients you need to stay healthy on your weight loss journey. So let's get started. All right, so we're gonna need a few ingredients. You see here that I have quite a lot of things, but I wanna show you some different options that you can use for this protein-packed breakfast bowl. So we have oats. Now, I often get the question, well, Kelsey, what kind of oats should I have when I'm trying to lose weight? And that is really a great question because not all oats are created equal. So oftentimes you see kind of those instant oatmeal packs, right? And those are typically going to be packed with maybe some extra sugars that we don't really want on our weight loss journey. Might make it a little bit more difficult, but also oftentimes those instant oatmeal packs are not going to have a lot of fiber, and fiber is so key when you're trying to lose weight. So we have rolled oats here, and that's what we're going to use today. These have a good amount of fiber, and they don't take a ton of time to cook. So this is a great option. Now we also have rolled oats with added seeds in them. So this has some chia seeds, flax seeds, some amaranth flakes. And so you'll often see some oat packages like this where there's extra things. So just make sure that all of the things that are added are going to give you beneficial nutrients like fiber, maybe more protein, healthy fats versus those added sugars. And then another great option is steel cut oats. And steel cut oats are going to have even more fiber and a little more protein. So that's another good option too, but it does take longer to cook. So be prepared, maybe make it ahead of time the night before if you are kind of rushing in the morning. Now, another great question that I just saw is, will oatmeal spike my blood sugar? Great question. Thank you for asking that. So oatmeal can spike blood sugar. So it's really important to make sure your oatmeal is balanced. Now, any carbs are going to spike blood sugar. So that might be oatmeal, fruit, pasta, bread, rice, right? All those great carbs that we need in our diet. So the key is to add a couple things to them: protein, fiber, and healthy fats. So that's what we're doing today with our breakfast bowl. So to get started, we are actually going to take our milk of choice. So we have a cup of low-fat milk here. You can choose whatever milk you prefer and you tolerate. Obviously, it's recommended to have some type of milk with protein in it. So soy milk, 1% skim milk, something like that. Fairlife milk is a great brand because it's a higher protein milk. So we are going to put that in our pot right here. And you can see this pot is too hot. So it's really helpful to heat up your pot ahead of time and then turn down the heat when you're about to put the milk in. We don't want it to curdle. So I turned it down to low heat, and we're just gonna let that cool down a little bit. And then we're gonna add in our oats, and we're gonna kind of continuously stir while that's cooking. And it takes about a few minutes to cook. And then we're gonna add our toppings and extras so that we are making this a really balanced bowl. All right, so we turned it down to low heat. There we go. That's exactly what we want. Okay, and then we have our oats here. So we are going to turn it up a little bit. Okay. Awesome. We're gonna wait until we start to see that simmer a little bit. Let's give it a stir. It's already getting hot because we've warmed up the stove, which is great. Okay, you can also make oatmeal in the microwave. but be careful because it can kind of explode in the bowl. Now, another great question that I see here is, do I even need to eat breakfast to lose weight? Great question. So, as a registered dietitian, I do recommend that eating breakfast is something you do every day, if that feels good for you, because that kind of sets you up for the day. It starts balancing your blood sugars right away. It helps give you good beneficial nutrients like fiber, healthy fats, and protein to aid you on your weight loss journey. And it can also really help you to make better choices throughout the day. So think about this. You wake up, you're in a rush, you run out the door, you don't have time to eat breakfast, you don't eat anything until noon on your lunch break, and then you just absolutely eat anything in sight, right? Because you're so hungry. I definitely don't blame you. It happens, right? You need that nutrition later in the day because you didn't eat breakfast. But imagine if you woke up, had something as you're running out the door, something balanced to give you nutrition, help you feel full and energized. Later on in the day, it can help you make some better, healthier, more weight loss friendly choices. All right, so this is starting to steam a little bit. So we have it on medium heat now, and we are gonna add our oats, and we're really gonna simmer that. Okay. And like I said, it's going to take a couple minutes to kind of get that creamy texture. And if you're using a different kind of oats, just be mindful that you're reading the instructions to know how to make those oats, like the steel cut oats that take a little bit more time. Okay, beautiful. All right, so let me talk to you a little bit about some of our toppings here. So when you're making oatmeal, I mentioned it's helpful to add some protein, some fiber, some fat. That is going to help stabilize your blood sugar, prevent a higher blood sugar spike, and also help set you up for success with weight loss. So we have some of those things here. We have chia seeds, which is going to be fats and protein and some fiber. We have nut butters, we have almond butter, we have peanut butter. So this is a great option, as well as nuts in general. That's going to add protein, fat, and fiber. We also have some yogurts here. So we have a plant-based yogurt that is a high protein Greek style yogurt, and we have a plain yogurt. You can also use Greek yogurt too. So one thing I'd like to recommend is kind of playing around with these different toppings and see, what feels good for you, what keeps you full and satisfied, what, is appealing to you. Oh, great question. Someone asked, is Greek yogurt better than regular yogurt for weight loss? So it can be, because this regular plain yogurt here has about 9 grams of protein per serving versus Greek yogurt has about 15 to 18. So almost double the amount of protein in Greek yogurt. And protein, as we mentioned, is really important for weight loss. It is going to help keep you full and satisfied and set you up for success. Now, you can also do a Greek style plant-based yogurt too, which is very similar. It has, maybe almond milk or soy milk in it, but it's going to have around the same amount of protein. And then we have some extra fiber here with our berries. We have beautiful blueberries here. You can also use strawberries, pears, apples, whatever you prefer. And you can see our oats are starting to simmer. So that's good. That's what we want. And we are going to stir that. Okay. It's coming together here. Now, like I mentioned, you can actually make your oatmeal the night before and then set it up in the fridge in a Tupperware glass dish, and then kind of build your bowl in the morning too as you're running out the door if you do sit down to eat breakfast. That's something that can be really helpful when you're trying to lose weight, planning ahead, prepping some things to make your morning meal a little bit easier. All right, I can see the oats are starting to soften a little bit, and that's the key. And so once they soften in the milk, it's going to become really creamy and delicious. Beautiful. And so as you're cooking the oats here, I like to recommend adding the chia seeds into the oats while you're cooking, rather than topping it with chia seeds, because chia seeds often need a liquid to absorb a little bit better and also for you to digest a little bit easier. If you've ever had chia seeds before, you know that sometimes they can be tough to digest. So we're gonna do a tablespoon of chia seeds. Okay. And, oh, it's starting to simmer and bubble a little bit more. And so we're gonna stir those chia seeds in. You can also use flax seeds, hemp seeds. Those are other great seed options. Pumpkin seeds actually are great to top your oatmeal yogurt bowl with because they are packed with protein. They have magnesium and some iron in them, fiber, healthy fats. So play around with what you like, mix and match, and you will create a delicious protein-packed bowl. I really like to add yogurt to the top of my yogurt bowls or my oatmeal bowls because it's going to add extra protein, but it's also going to add an extra creaminess factor. And then the berries will add a little crunch. The nuts will add a little crunch. So that combination is so satisfying. And I often get the question too, nuts and peanut butter, almond butter, are those allowed when you're trying to lose weight? So here's the thing with nuts and nut butters. They are higher in calories, right? Because nuts are higher calorie, but they're not off limits for weight loss. Sometimes nuts can be a great way to get in more of those, healthy fats, fiber, protein, so that you're staying full and satisfied. And, weight loss becomes a little bit easier for you on your journey. So what my recommendation is for choosing nut butters is choose ones that the only ingredients are going to be the nut butters themselves. So, almonds is the only ingredient, or almonds and salt, something like that, versus almonds, sugar, and oil and salt. That's going to add extra calories and extra sugars that might make it a little bit harder for you on your weight loss journey. So you can see here the milk has almost fully dissolved. We're going to turn down the heat to low. It was on medium. Perfect. And we're just going to cook that for about another minute or two. I see another great question. Should I avoid flavored yogurt? So flavored yogurt, that's a tricky topic when you're trying to lose weight. Flavored yogurt often is a little bit higher calorie. It has more added sugars. So if you love it, and if that's the only thing that you want to eat in the morning, my recommendation is find a flavored yogurt that's going to be higher protein. So a Greek yogurt. And then top it with some type of extra protein, fat, and fiber to help stabilize your blood sugars. So that might be some sprinkle of chia seeds, sprinkle of nuts or pumpkin seeds, something like that. And that's going to make it a little bit more balanced. Now, if you're open to trying another yogurt, a plain Greek yogurt where you can add your own flavoring and fruit to it is going to be a better option. All right. It looks like our oatmeal is done, ready to go. We're going to turn off the stove. And now it's time to build our bowl. I am so excited. So we're going to take our bowl here and we are going to pour our oatmeal into the bowl. And this is where we can have fun with it. All right, so you can see that we have our beautiful oatmeal here. And then how do we want to make it packed with protein, fat, and fiber, and also give us those flavors that we love? So we have some washed blueberries here. I'm gonna pour that in. So you can see here, we have our oatmeal and blueberries. And then I am going to use some yogurt. So this is gonna add a little bit more protein. It's gonna add that creaminess that I love. So this is about probably, I would say 2/3 of a cup, which is the serving size. And then one of my favorite parts is adding the nut butter or nuts. And usually I like to recommend like a couple teaspoons or a tablespoon so that we're keeping in mind our calorie intake. And while calories aren't everything when it comes to weight loss, they can be important and it can be helpful to monitor them. So when you are thinking about portion sizes and things like that, do what feels right for you. In this recipe that I'm going to share with you, the exact ingredients and serving sizes, this has been portioned out already to give you a great amount of protein, calories, and fat in the morning to set you up for success. But if you feel less hungry, if you feel more hungry, feel free to do what works right for you. So we have our beautiful bowl here. Look at that. So let me show you and break it down a little bit what is all in this bowl in terms of the benefits and nutrients. So we have our oatmeal and chia seeds, right? We got our carbs, our fat, a little bit of protein, a little bit of fiber. We have our blueberries, which is a little bit of carbs and fiber, antioxidants. And then we have our yogurt here, which is protein. And then our nuts or nut butter, which is going to be protein, fat, and fiber. So we are packing this bowl full of great nutrients to start your day on a great note and help you on your weight loss journey. Look at that. I am so excited to dig into this beautiful protein-packed breakfast bowl. So if you are on your weight loss journey, you are looking for more support, more tips and tricks to make weight loss so much easier, check out the Patients Like Me community. They are so supportive. They have so much information to give you so that weight loss becomes so much more manageable and easier for you, and you can really reach your goals.